the bigger hands. Okay, so we're back, and we have our hold manager stats, and you see that we ran 36-26, and we ended up winning just over a buy-in and a half. We won a lot of pots that we got involved in, mostly because we were playing a ton of hands from the button. And we did go to showdown a lot, but it's whatever. And we stole and 3-bet a lot because we again were playing a lot of hands from the button. And going through our position tab, you can see that we played really tight under the gun, and we were just pretty loose in the other three positions. Most notably the button, playing 71% of our hands. And you notice that a lot of people just didn't really fight back. Like they saw that they didn't have a hand, and they ended up just folding to us. And so we were pretty able to run over the table, and we didn't really encounter too much resistance at all. So it ended up working out pretty well. We did run a little hot, but our biggest hand being the 8-7 with the trips against Tom Segal. But this hand with the 5-7, I felt like we just really abused our position pretty well. And hopefully this fits in here. Okay, so it kind of does. This was in part 1, and we flatted Lobster 1's raise with 5-7. And we flopped pretty much nothing, but he check called. And when he led the turn, I was just really confused. But it's so weird for him to do it with a hand for value, and it looks like he's just trying to block me from betting the turn. And so we call, and the river comes a club, and because we get to see what he does first before we act, he checks, and we bet 15 into 24, and he folds. So it's a hand where we are normally not going to win a lot of money because we're just going to fold when he bets the turn, whatever. But because we had position, we were able to see what he did. We were able to see how he acted, and he basically gave us the pot. And that was pretty much the theme of the whole video, was just people playing out of position to us and playing pretty obviously, and us basically running high and winning a lot of money from each of the person at the table, because they weren't able to combat us because they didn't 3-bet us enough. I believe we only got 3-bet once by I Like Kitties, and I think that was the only time we got 3-bet. I guess there was a couple more times with the King 10 that we got mini 3-bet and had to fold. But in any case, we didn't get 3-bet even close to the amount that I thought I would. And when I decided to make the video, I thought it was just going to be a 3-betting war, and it was just going to be a huge variance fest. But when I started playing it, I just realized that people were just folding way too much, and it ended up being a pretty good video. So if there are any other concepts, I can't really think of anything right now. The only thing I could think of would be involving 3-betting out of position or 3-betting in position. There could be a couple other things, but I can't think of anything right off the top of my head. But I did have a lot of fun making this video, so if there are any other concepts or anything like this that you would want to see, then feel free to just leave it in the comments